Yeah. All kings on the throne.
It's all of us. You are not alone. It's a brotherhood.
What do you define as a brother?
When we're down, we help lift up each other.
Camaraderie is rare like no other.
Real men raising the wind makes us tougher.
Together, the brotherhood.
The brotherhood.
HS Brotherhood.
This episode is going to be about how the brotherhood started.
Yeah.
And let's get right
Let's
into
get into it, man. Let them hear how it came about.
Yeah,
Man.
so the idea originated back in the Beautify HS Project 2. Mm-hmm. I couldn't be a part of part one because I was doing something else.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to be in attendance for part 2. So it started when we were on the scene, about to do our photo shoot for the project and stuff like that. And I was on site in the Airbnb that we had in Texas at the time. Yeah. And I was in the trailer and I was thinking about like using that as one of my scenes to shoot my photo shoot. Mm-hmm. And I was in the trailer with Brinley's mother and her daughter KK. Shouts out to Brinley's mom and KK. I love y'all as well. Grandma Nancy, yeah. Grandma Nancy. And they was just asking me, what do I see myself doing in the future when it comes to advocacy. Mm-hmm. And one of my main ideas was like creating like a 10 to 15 minute presentation that I can go to barbershops and do like a quick presentation and educate the barbers about like what HS is, because my way of thinking was like, how do I reach the men? Like, men are not comfortable talking about feelings and what they're going through, and there's not a lot of safe spaces where we can have those comfortable unfiltered conversations. Mm-hmm. One place that I thought that is like a safe space for a lot of men, and I don't know if you can agree with it, is the barbershop.
I agree, yes.
How many times you sit down in the chair and your barber's like, "What's good, bro? How you doing today?" And you're like, "Man, I gotta tell you what I've been going through." You just start yapping away.
Just yapping while you getting the cut. It's
chatty patty. So that was my way of thinking, is just like, how do I reach the men? I can go into barbershops nationwide and create a little simple presentation, like educating the barbers of like what HS can look like on different men of different colors and stuff like that. And if they were able to like spot something, maybe the barber can refer their client to me and I'll be able to get them the help that they need, like find a dermatologist in their area and stuff like that. And hopefully, helping them find a diagnosis and start a treatment plan and start to get their HS under control. So, I shared that with Grandma Nancy and KK, and they went back and told Brinley, and they loved the idea. And then Brinley suggested we can do that, but that would take some time. But maybe we start the support group. And I was like, the support group would be a good way to reach people. But at first I was a little apprehensive because sometimes, those support groups, they can get out of hand. Like if you go on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook groups be going, they get too wild sometimes.
Too toxic.
Toxic, yeah.
So I was kind of apprehensive on doing that. So I sat on the idea for a little bit, continued to work, continued to do advocacy and stuff. Fast forward to the consultation that I had with my doctor about my surgery. So I had my surgery, my first de-roofing / wide incision surgery back in September of 2024. Yeah. And this was shortly after SHSA and stuff like that. So I'm coming back with way more knowledge as an advocate. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I didn't think about, before going to SHSA, I was like kind of on the fence about surgery. Right. And then I went to SHSA, got a lot of knowledge, and finally decided I think surgery will be a good route for me to travel down. So I ultimately made the decision. And I'm sitting there in the office during the consultation with my doctor and just picking his brain to see if he would answer all the questions that I had, because I can't fully load it. Can't fully load it. Like, let's see how much you know, because I just finished leaving SHSA and had a plenty conversation with some top tier doctors. Shout out to Dr. Dave Louie.
Shout out to him.
That gave me a lot of knowledge, so I felt so prepared.
Word.
And thankfully, the doctor that I was having a conversation with, he knew a lot about HS and he had performed surgeries and stuff like that. And I was like, you're really knowledgeable about this. And it really makes me feel good because, you know, I'm an advocate in the community. And he was like, that's really cool. And he was like, oh, I got something for you. So he leaves the office, he comes back with this flyer. And it says, Hope for HS, New England Support Group, ran by Tim Kofis. So I'm like, support group, Hope for HS? How I don't know about this?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're advocates and we work with Hope for HS in the past. And so my doctor, he informed me about the support group. Mm-hmm. So I ended up going to the support group. It was like a few days later.
Yeah.
And Tim, he was running the group. He had a presentation. I forget what the topic was about, but it was well put together. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, you know, maybe we can do something with this. So after the support group had ended, I called Brindley. I told her about the experience, and she was like, what do you think? Would he be a good part to like bring on the team?
Yeah.
To like help run the support group? I said, yeah, because, you know, one major thing I wanted to do was practice participatory medicine. Okay. And for those who don't know, that's just like a collaboration between the medical team and patient, creating like the perfect plan of treatment for the patient. Mm-hmm. So that's what participatory medicine is. Okay. And that's one of my goals that I have for the support group. Yeah. Because, you know, a lot of HS warriors, they have that white coat syndrome, and they have the fear of like, doctors don't understand us. They're super dismissive. Mm-hmm. And not everyone's like that. Not saying that those experiences that people had are not true. They're absolutely true. But there are people in the medical field that do care about us. Yeah. So that's one reason why I wanted to bring someone in that can make it feel like they care about the community. So I pitched the idea to Tim. He was over the roof with excitement. You know, he was down. He loved it. You know, he was on board. So shouts out to Tim. And then I was like, man, I still kind of feel like I don't want to do this alone. And then I was like, I gotta reach out to P, see what's up with my boy, man. See if he would be down with that. So, you know, I reached out to you, and you talk about that experience. How was that like for you?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, so. Yeah, when you reached out to me about it, now you my bro, you know what I'm saying? You started me in this. Like, when I met you for the first time in Texas, you know, I was like, yo, I'm meeting him in real life, in person, like right here. So me watching you operate, it was just like you encouraging me. I was just like, yeah, I wanna advocate like this guy. So go to that day, you asking me, I was like, yeah, whatever you trying to do. You know, I was just excited for you to just ask to be a part of something because you know I'm new to it, so I was just okay, all right, not knowing really what I was getting myself into because it's new to me, and you know I know you got experience, so I'm like, well, he asking me, I'm fresh in the game, but this is like something big because it's not just me telling my story, it's me actually trying to help reach more people than the people that I'm reaching online. So I was just excited and I was ready for whatever. Like, and then I really didn't know Tim at that time. Right. You know, you just asked me, yo, you want to come do this? Okay. And hey, that's how I felt though. I was excited and I was saying yeah to whatever because I felt like if you was asking me, it was for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like going back to like when we first met in person, like we had online history prior to meeting in person. So shouts out to Mama Bryn for bringing us together and bringing Parish out to Texas to meet myself and the rest of the crew. And, you know, I always had that feeling like the way we communicated online, I'm like, I know I can really vibe with this guy. But sometimes you get that feeling like people have different personalities online versus being in real life. Yeah. And there was a fear there like, damn, I hope this guy isn't like some other person when I meet him. And then when we finally met in Texas, we was just talking and just sharing many stories. And I'm like, nah, he has a good heart. Yeah. I have a good heart, so I know I can pick up on it, bro. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, this guy, he got to be my buddy. Mm-hmm. So once we had that conversation, and I remember it like it was yesterday, bro. We was sitting down in the kitchen and we was just enjoying the atmosphere and the happiness. Yeah. Everybody was having a good time. And I just see you just looking off, just like in a daze, just soaking it all in. Bro. And I'm smiling ear to ear, like saying to myself, Yeah, my boy is happy.
Happy.
He's happy as a pig in shit right now.
Man, I was so happy. And I didn't realize I was looking like that because in my head, I'm like, this is crazy how it feels. Like,
Right.
we all got HS, but it was a different feeling of being in that room after not being around people for a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a great, y'all got to, that feeling. It's hard to explain, yo. I don't even know the word for it.
And do you remember what I said to you? Because I'm just looking at you like, yo, he's so happy right now. And then you're just taking in the scenery, and you pan to the left and you look at me, and I'm like, you're happy. And what else I said to you?
You see the happiness in my eyes.
See the happiness in your eyes, and I'm like, you remember that feeling, and you're responsible for that feeling of happiness. No one else. You're the sole provider for your happiness. And you was like, yeah. And I was like, you want to keep that going? You was like, yeah. I was like, that's going to be your responsibility to always ignite that happiness.
Real talk.
And then I was like, so you ready for this advocacy? And you like, yeah, but I don't necessarily know how to do it. I'm like, what you mean, bro? You doing it already. You just have to do it without the rhymes. Yeah. You're a great storyteller. You're a storyteller. You just have to project your story in a different format. Yeah. And once I told you that, you was like, oh, the light bulb went off. You was like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I was like, I got you. If you need help with anything, say less. But you have a creative mind, so I knew it wasn't going to be a lot of me babysitting. Yeah. It wasn't any babysitting, because once you got back to the buff, you just started cooking.
Yo, it was over.
Cooking.
It was over.
Videos like, what you think about this? I'm just texting back, fire emoji, drop it.
Yeah, then bro, when you was telling me that it was fire or that, no, it's good, put it out. And I was like, I was still second guessing. I'm like, hold on, because you know certain times people just be saying that shit to hype you up. And I'm like, nah, he can't be for real. But I just knew you was real. You was real as hell. You would tell me if it's trash or not. Right. But every time I sent you something, you like, no, it's good. I'm like, I'm doing something different than rhyming. And it's still good? All right, I'm going to put it out. So every time I did it, I was like, okay, I get the approval from Joey. I must be doing something right. So that's what I just kept doing. You know what I'm saying?
I loved it, bro. And I'm not one to gas somebody up or put the battery in their pack and make them think it's something when it's not. When you, like I said, when you went back to the buff and you started creating those videos and telling it from a different perspective, like, not only did you hear it from me, but you heard it from the community, how they was eating it up. Like, we love this stuff, P. Like, give us more. Am I lying?
No, you're not. No, it's the truth. And I was like, never expressed myself in that way. And then I learned from watching you do that. And then, like, really talking about it from a man's point of view. Like, all right, I really got to just be honest about certain things. And I started getting the feedback from a lot of people that it was good feedback. And I'm like, okay, I must be doing something right in this advocacy stuff.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, because you took the seed that I planted and you grew it into a beautiful tree. Like, even like the recommendation I made about the social health network program, the patient leader, certified patient leader program. I said, let me see how serious he is about this too, because I had already completed the course.
Yeah, you told me that.
And I was like, yo, check out this course real quick, bro. It's free. Check it out. It can take your content creation to another level when it comes to advocacy.
Yep.
And my man knocked it out probably within a week. I'm like, dang.
Listen, when I started it, I was like, all right. I already knew when it said it was going to have courses and stuff. Now, I ain't been to college. I don't like reading books. I like reading stuff that'll teach me things, but I don't really like doing all that. I'd rather learn hands-on, you know what I'm saying? I'm that type of learner. But I knew if I was going to do that, I'm reading it, what it's all about. You got to have these courses, watch these videos, answer multiple choice. I'm like, okay, I know if I fail, I'm going to have to watch videos over again. So I was kind of skeptical, you know, but I'm like, if Joey said I got to do it, I'm all right. Let me just do it. I'm going to follow what he said because he's in the game. So I'm like, let me do it. And then when I started watching the videos and seeing the multiple choice, I was like, all right, if I could pass the multiple choice, I think I could do it. And I started passing it in every, section and every course that I was doing it in Social Health Network for the advocacy program. Right. I was doing it. And I'm like, wait, and I was learning so much about advocacy,
Right.
about storytelling, about different places that you're going to be at, different venues or campaigns that you might get into when you start advocating. It was teach you about everything, the FTC guidelines. It was so much stuff. I'm like, wait. This is all in advocacy?
Yep.
He like, and I realized he was like setting me up for like the real advocacy stuff. Me just thinking I'm going in just learn how to tell the story. It's like, nah, it's getting real. And I'm like, all right, let me just do that. And then I was getting emails from Social Health Network at the same time. And I didn't know if he was like linked up with them or put my name in their ear or something, but they messaged me, emailed me and said, make sure you finish that
program.
Yeah, finish the program. And I was like, okay, I really got to finish it now because they hitting me up. And when I did that, I thought I was going to fail. Mm-hmm. Bro, I was on the final course. Final test. I needed to get like an 80. Yeah. I had to get an 80 on that thing. And I'm sitting here like, all right, I can't go back and like look at the videos and stuff that I got to really remember what I watched with all them videos and really answer all the questions. And I'm like, I am not going to go back and watch those videos. I got to pass this with an 80. That's damn near 100. Yeah. You know, I ain't take a test in that long. You got to think, man, I was just depressed, down for so long. Not even, my brain wasn't even used to thinking that way. Yeah. So I was like, all right, let me just do it. And I did the test. And I remember texting you when I got done. I was like, yo, I don't even think I passed that joint, man. I'm nervous. And then when I got the email back, I think I got one answer wrong.
Mm-hmm. You got one answer wrong?
Yeah, one answer wrong.
Final quiz?
Yeah, from the final quiz. I damn near got 100. Yeah, but I was just so nervous because I'm like, all the stuff that I was learning, I didn't think my brain could do that stuff again. And I'm like, wait, I'm learning about the advocacy world now. And I passed, so this must mean I could do it.
Yeah, you proved it to yourself. That's what matters the most, bro. And I'm proud of you for doing that, taking the initiative, because even though I gave you words of encouragement, ultimately it was you that had to take that first step and say, like, this is the step that I want to take in the direction that I want my life to go. And I'm so proud of you, bro. I tell you that on camera, off camera, like, I saw the level of happiness getting back to last night, the level of happiness in your face last night, and just to see, like, the transformation from the P that I knew and the P that I knew back then versus the P that I know now, man. I'm so proud of you, bro, because I see the growth, and I hear that so much from other people too. So it feels good to like say that sentence to somebody else and really feel the words when you're telling someone that. Like, damn, bro. Yeah. My bro is out here growing and glowing. Let's go, man.
And then me not even realizing, you was like, you really was setting me up for the brotherhood for me to really attack it at all angles. Yeah. Me not even knowing that, but then when you see me complete it and see me getting better, it's like, he's ready. He ready for brotherhood.
Yeah, because this is serious. We take this very seriously, you know. I work a full-time job, but advocacy is like having another full-time job. And that's not even including the content creation, because there's a lot of stuff we do behind the scenes that we don't always exemplify on social media. So just know, like, if advocacy is something that you want to get into, the best thing I can tell you is make sure your heart is in it. That's the best thing you can follow, is like, make sure your heart is in it and prepare yourself to do a lot of work, because nothing is going to come easy. And if you're in this to like achieve success in a way of like getting to the bag, like, that's not the right mind frame to have, because like everyone that I know within the HS Connect crew, and not just saying only the HS Connect crew, because I've met other warriors who aren't a part of the crew who have that same level of passion as well. But that's the point that I'm making, is that they have that passion and their ultimate goal is to help people. Yeah. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree tons. And it's like, if you like just putting the brotherhood together, it gotta have like-minded individuals. Right. And that's what the brotherhood is about. And that's how it's like, it's just how we became brotherhood.
Right. We really brothers, man.
Brothers.
I was telling him the other day, man, I don't think I never called a man as much as I called this dude in my life. Like, I be hitting him up, texting him, calling him, like, yo, man, what's up with him? Why you ain't picking up the phone, bro, People trying to steal my friend and all that, but, right, Caitlin? Trying to steal my friend away from me. She said yes, so casually, man. He's my friend first. She like, nah. We can share. We
Yeah,
right?
we can share a little bit. We can share a little bit. Yeah, yo.
But yeah, how you feeling? Like, is there anything you want to add
Shit,
to
yeah,
the
but
brotherhood? What do
yeah,
you feel about where do you see the brotherhood going? Because here we are,
here
filming season 2. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see the brotherhood getting this
No.
far, and where do you see it going?
I never thought it would get to this level, and just the trajectory.
There you go.
Well, I see this thing going so far. Mm-hmm. We getting so much great feedback. We getting more men that's being more comfortable with talking, and we starting to see more people be involved with just men, mental health, HS, all of that within a community of men. And I'm gonna keep being myself, and hopefully I can motivate other guys. I'm always saying that hopefully I can motivate other guys to either come to the brotherhood meetings. Yeah. Because we just trying to build this community up bigger and bigger. It started with us two.
That's it.
And we getting more men and more people to just come about and be around the brotherhood. So I just see it going real fire, and I see it just getting bigger, and the community of men with HS is just gonna grow.
Right, absolutely. And guys, if you're watching this or listening to this podcast episode, I want you to know, if you make that decision to attend a brotherhood meeting that happens monthly, there's no pressure to speak up. Like, you can come in there and keep your camera off and just listen. Like, I was blown away. Like, shouts out to Jawan. He's on the rise, because Jawan, he was in the last meeting. Yeah. And he started off with the camera off, right?
Yeah, he started with
his camera was turned off, and then he started to hear the conversations you and I was having. And he turned the camera on and chimed in and dropped his gems. And that meeting went for 3 hours, bro. Yeah. 3 hours. Yeah. And he even said it himself. He was like, when I first entered the meeting today, I was just sitting back and amazed, like just listening to the stories of how much I can relate to y'all stories. And he came out of his shell. He attended the meeting, and he even pulled up to the Brotherhood launch party last night, man. Like, that's proof right there. That's confirmation that guys are turning a new leaf and getting comfortable with living in their own skin and talking about living with this condition. And it doesn't make you weak. Don't go on with this mentality of like sweeping things underneath the rug makes you a stronger person, stronger man, because it doesn't. I mean, I can say I lived like that for so long, and I didn't see no benefit to living that way when my mind frame was like that. How about you?
Nah.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, just from hearing about Jawan's story, from a new man that joined the group, we want other men to feel that.
Right.
And I want these guys, before I leave y'all alone, listen to us, please. Be yourself.
That's it.
Stay positive. And remember, pain is temporary. That's what I'm always going to say, bro. That's that brotherhood talk right there.